Okay, so I'll say welcome to ISI. Today's topic is help yourself. Okay, so help yourself. What do I mean by help yourself? Now, a lot of us are helpers. A lot of us like to help people, especially if you're a love. If you're a love, or even if you're a hurt love, you have an innate nature where you want to help people, you want to, fix people, you want to do good for people, you know how to do for people all day long, all day long. And when it comes to doing for yourself, it's a problem. Yeah, it's a problem. Now, we spoke about this last week when we were saying about having things that we need to do, and there's always like our flesh tells us, can't be able to do it, I'm too tired, I'm too this, I'm too that. And I have to tell you today, my flesh was trying to talk to me and tell me that I'm too tired to do ISI, but I had to talk to my flesh and say, listen, you're not the boss of me, I'm the boss of you, and we are going to do ISI. And we had to get it together, and here we are, and we will continue to be here week after week. But help yourself is a topic that I've been speaking to a lot of my mentees who are on the ISI journey. I've been speaking to a lot of them, and help yourself is, I don't know, it's something that I guess we know and we probably know how to do, but a lot of us don't do. How many of you have ever heard the saying, what's that Bible scripture, Mum, when it says, take the beam out of your eye, the plank out of your eye, before you try to take it out somebody else's. Yeah, and there's another scripture. What's another one like that? What's the other one? I can't remember. But take the plank out of your eye. So basically, sort yourself out before you try to sort other people out. And that's basically what this is. When we talk about helping yourself, a lot of times, like if you're in a relationship, or if you're even, and when I say relationship, I don't mean married, I mean friendships. I'm talking mother-daughter, like me and Tian. Oh, by the way, I've got the audience, they're here with me today. We got, that's why they're here in the room, but they're here in the room. So we got Mum in the room. Huh? She was about to say, yeah, and then I saw you flinch. See, I was like, when I was about to show her on the camera, she like fully, oh, you don't mind? All right, there they are. Mama Aundrea is like, no. She clutched their pearls. She's like, oh. That is so funny. All right, so take the plank out of your own eye before you take it out somebody else's. But that's maybe, it is kind of the angle I'm coming from. But I want to use an analogy.
Don't throw stones at a glass house. Is that what it is?
Don't throw stones if you live in glass houses. Yeah, I guess. Similar. Yeah, like you shouldn't read. Yes, it is. Yeah. Yes, that's another good one. Think of some more. If you guys can think of any other good ones like that, please do chime in. But it's basically to say, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. Jesus said, he who's without sin cast the first stone, but it's not that level. It's not that side. It's more, take the plank out of your eye before you try to take it out of somebody else's. And what's another one? Okay, but I'm going to give you guys an analogy. So the analogy that has been coming to mind, and it's one that I've shared this week, is about when you get on an aeroplane and they're doing that, and the doors are to the left and to the right and in front of you, and you got the aisle. I'd have made a great air hostess. What do you think? In front of you, to the left, to the right, and all that kind of stuff, right? They tell you all about that. But when they're telling you about putting on your oxygen mask, the first instruction that they give you is to put on your own mask before even attempting to put on anybody else's mask, even if it's your child. They tell you, put on your mask before you put on anybody else's. And the reason they tell you that is because if everybody's focused on putting on their own mask, everybody's more likely to get their masks on, rather than if people are trying to help other people and you got the parent trying to help this one and that and that and that. And that was spoke volumes to me. And I've really used this analogy a lot in my life in regards to putting on my oxygen before I try to give somebody else their mask. And what does that say? It's almost tantamount to say, you know, deal with yourself before you can deal with others. And if you deal with yourself before you deal with others, you're going to be more helpful to others. Now, a lot of us, we have people in our lives who we want to help. You know, we might be on the ISI journey and the journey's going so well. And we're like, this would really help this person. Yeah, you're in a session, you're thinking, yeah, or you're here coming to ISI and you're like, yeah, what Aundrea said, yeah, I really need to get my friend Jack to come and listen to this, or this would really help. And that's good because you're here. So you're already dealing with yourself. So you've already got your oxygen, you're getting your oxygen. You're like, right, I've got my mask on, so I'm going to help somebody else. So what I want you guys to do right now, because you've all got your mask on, if you're willing, send out the broadcast that I've just sent out, share it, and invite someone to come who you feel might need to hear this word. Because I think this is a very relevant word for this season that we're in. You know, we are coming out of lockdown and things are opening up. You know, people are going back to work. Life is getting back to normality. There's so much things happening, but we need to focus on ourselves. I had a conversation with somebody and they were saying to me that, you know, this person always does this, you know, and they make me feel like this. And then my response to them was, well, no one can make you feel anything. And I think I've had this conversation with you, haven't I, Darnell? Mm-hmm. And how did you feel about it when we first had the conversation?
You're on my left nerve.
You got your nerves?
You got my nerves.
So why did it get on your nerves there?
Because as individuals, we don't like to take what's the word? Accountability.
Right,
that's why.
Responsibility.
Yeah.
And we don't like to be accountable.
And it's very nice to say, you are the reason why I'm feeling like this. But really, it is me that is allowing myself to feel like this.
Come on, Danielle. Guys, like, did you hear that? So, you know, and that's so true, because like, if you say something, let me use this analogy. This was a really good one that I used in one of my coaching sessions, and I thought it was pretty cool, and I'm going to use it. So imagine if, all right, so we look at Darnell, all right, so yeah, all right, we'll look at you, because it's just easier, Tian. So if I turn around and I said to Tian, oh, Tian, those glasses really suit you. You look absolutely fabulous. And Tian's response could be, oh, thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Okay, that could be her response. Or I could say to Tian, why are you wearing those glasses? They don't even suit you. Like, they're not a good shape for your face. Like, I don't think you should wear those ever again. Look at her face. I'm not even really saying it, but she's ready to twangle me. She wants to just, but the energy, I'm scared to look at her. Let me keep her face this way. I'm a bit scared to look at her face. She wants to punch me. Don't punch me. No. All right. Right. And imagine I said that to her, so she could get vexed and be like, she pinched me. she can be like, oh, don't say that to me. Don't you dare say that to me. But watch this now. Or I could turn around to her and I could say to her, those glasses look amazing on you. Like, you should wear them all the time. And you say, I should wear them all the time. So what are you saying? I don't look good without my glasses. Why would you say that? That's so rude. Like, I should wear them all the time. So what are you trying to say? Right? I've said the same thing. All right. But then I could say, no, those glasses don't suit you. You totally shouldn't wear them. And then she goes, thank you. I know, right? They just give me such a unique look. I know, but I just love them. And I'm like, I said they don't suit you. I know, right? But that's why I wear them, because they're just a little bit quirky. Now, I've said the same thing twice, two different scenarios. What was the only difference, guys?
How I received it.
How you received it and how you
reacted.
Responded.
How you Tian said to Darnell, you're handsome.
Yeah. Or Darnell's getting called out now.
He said, no, I'm not.
So Tian said to Darnell, you're handsome. Yeah. And he said,
I'm not.
He said, no, I'm not. Yeah. You said, no, I'm not.
He did.
Why did you say, no, I'm not?
Yeah.
This is real open and honest
I
though,
don't know
and this
why
is going to
he
help
said it.
people.
He
So
was just like, nah.
yeah, so you said, Daniel, you're really handsome. I'm always telling you that you're really handsome.
But then he's a general because
Go on, that's all right.
But he's a general because Donnell will gas me up to the highest degree all the time. Like all the time. And he'd be like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, you know. Like sending me replying to my Snapchat stories, let people rest, let people shine, all this rubbish. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Kind of sort of thing. And he's like, I'm gonna punch you. Like if I don't take the compliment, yeah. So
right.
So when I said it to him, I was like, oh my God, you're so handsome. This boy actually got the pictures and said, no.
Right. So, but do you see though? So it's all about our mindset and how we receive things, But what it is, it's like, so when I'm saying help yourself, it's so important that you fix yourself in regards to what insecurities you have before you try to fix other people. Fix yourself in regards to what bad habits you have before you start trying to fix other people. Fix yourself, turn that light inwards. So like I've just said, that scenario. So Darnell was told that he's handsome, but then he turns around and says, well, no, I'm not. So that means that there's something going on the inside of him that doesn't enable him to receive a compliment in the way that it was designed. The same way, if I turn around and I said to Tian, you know, your glasses don't look good, you shouldn't wear them. And she says, thank you, you know, I just love my quirkiness. Like, it's because she's secure in herself. So you need to understand that when people pay you a compliment, it's nice. And it's nice to say thank you. But you can't base your life on compliments, because compliments, all they are observations from another person's perspective. So if somebody says to you, oh, Aundrea, I don't like that hair color on you. Thank you for that. You know, thank you. Because it doesn't change the fact that I like it. It doesn't change the fact that I'm wearing it and I'm just swishing my hair. I got new hair, don't care, guys. Like, I'm just here, like, swishing. It doesn't change that. It doesn't change how I feel. If you say to me, Aundrea, ISI is a bunch of crap. Okay, thank you for that. That's your opinion. It doesn't make it crap. It doesn't make it less valuable. It doesn't, when people say stuff about you, it doesn't change who you are. But your mindset will definitely dictate who you will be. Your mindset will definitely dictate who you will be. I was speaking to somebody else this week and they were saying, like, you shouldn't have expectations. And I said, well, I try not to have expectations, but I try to have intentions. I set intentions. And they were like, well, you can't set intentions. You got to be living in the moment, or like, and I'm like, well, if I live in the moment that I'm living in is a representation of a thought process that I'd had prior to. So if my mindset is not correct, and I'm in this moment here, you just think, oh, it was just a moment, but this very moment will dictate where you will be in the next moment. So for instance, I lick my lips are dry. I think, I'd like a drink. So I set an intention in my mind. I want to get a drink. So I reach, I get my drink, I say, cheers, I take a sip. And that moment's now gone. But because I had a thought, set an intention, and then we move. Right. So you need to set your intentions. So having intentions is very important. Guys, if you're not writing down your intentions, I really would encourage you to get your pens out and write down your intentions. The Bible says, write the vision and make it plain so that those who see it can run with it. So imagine, say, you've written out your whole business plan, your whole thing, and God forbid, something happens, or you go on to do another business and it becomes hugely successful, and then you hire all these staff, and then one day you're getting someone to clear out your archives and they find your business idea and they come back to you and they're like, look, you know, Aundrea or somebody, I see this business idea. I actually think if we did this could actually work. And you're like, yeah, go for it. because you wrote it down. So you gave it life. You set an intention. So even though it may have been delayed, you set an intention for it to start to manifest. Now, helping yourself, I'm still staying on that subject, but helping yourself means having the mindset shifts that you need to enable you to move forward with your life. What do you need to do now that's going to help you move forward with your life? Whose back do you need to get off? How you say it, Tian? Get off my back. Whose back do you need to get off and focus on your own stuff? Whose garden do you need to stop snooping over their fence and get your eyes in your fence and clear up your garden? Because a lot of us have got rocks and stones and weeds and stuff in our garden. I remember I said to you a few weeks ago that God just wants us to create an atmosphere that is conducive for growth, that is conducive for us to move forward, conducive for us to know who we are, conducive for us to walk in our purpose. And that takes daily discipline. When I tell you the word discipline, oh Lord, discipline. Remember we spoke about the flesh last week? The flesh never wants, listen, dirty flesh never said get up. Yeah? Dirty flesh never said go take a bath. Dirty flesh never, it doesn't do that. You know what part of you that wants to be clean? Your spirit person. Your spirit wants you to have a clear mind. So, you know, when your body's clean, you feel more, you know, everything. How do you feel after you have a shower? Don't like, you know, if you feel really groggy and then you go and take a shower, you feel so much better. The spirit knows that works. Whenever I'm sick, yeah, my mom says, Aundrea, go and take a shower. And then you feel so much better. Take the paracetamol and a shower. And I do that. I go and get my paracetamol, I take a shower and put on fresh pajamas and I feel so much better. And it's about, you know, clearing your mind, cleansing the body, clears your mind. But guess what? Just like the body, by the end of the day, we've gone through the day, we've sweated, we've gone through the day, we've listened to this bad conversation, we've gone through the day, we've heard that bit of negativity, we've gone through the day, we've listened to the news, and then that little bit comes, and then that little bit comes, and then that, and the next thing you know, by the end of the day, you're contaminated, and then you're busy watching people. Instead of watching yourself, you're busy looking at others, you're busy feeling groggy, you're busy feeling angry, and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not doing your business, you're not doing this, because you've gone through the day and you pick up little, you know, things from wherever you go. That's why the Bible says you've got to just guard your heart, guard it. When I hear people talking negativity, straight away, I want to exit myself out of that conversation. I'm not involved in that conversation. Sorry guys, I'm just going to turn this back. You know, I'm not involved in that conversation. And I make it my duty that if I'm holding any negative energy, I deal with it. Even if it's a hard conversation, even if it's a tough conversation, because I know that it's more conducive for me to deal with that hard situation right now, rather than hold on to it and let it manifest into something else. And firsthand, I can tell you, I was in a situation recently where I was holding on to some negative energy because I felt offended by something, but I know that I'm the issue. I know that I'm the one that has the problem. I'm the one that needs to change my mindset. You
can't put like, I say you can't.
No, go on, it's good, go on.
Yeah, you can't put your self issues or insecurities on other people. I've always said it, like, you know, like, I just feel like obviously certain things trigger certain things, yes, but you don't put your own stuff onto the other person. Yeah, if it's something that you have to deal with within yourself, if you get what I'm trying to say.
And then even going back to the idea of helping yourself, if you're someone that comes across many different types of people, yet you find a similar common denominator of an issue, you're not helping yourself by constantly saying you're the problem. You start to help yourself when you look inwards. It's the same thing. It's when you actually look inwards and find, how come this keeps happening to me?
Or why do I keep feeling this way about this certain situation? Like, it's not that it's the person, it's the way you've like the way you interpret a situation or the way you go about a certain situation. It can't always be, this always happens to me. Why did it? No.
Because you're not taking any accountability.
Yeah, like, this is an issue you have within yourself.
Right.
Deal with that and then stop. You know, stop putting that on others. It's not their fault. That's for you to handle.
Okay.
Obviously, no, go on, Grandma.
No, I was saying that I had a problem where I used to blame my growing up for behaving the way I did. So when anybody said, you know, and if I behave somewhere and I say, oh, well, not my fault, that's the way I was brought up, or the way I am, you know, and then I used to, you know, I says, oh, well, it's me. It's you know, you're the one that is causing me to feel the way I do.
Oh, gosh,
you know how, you know what I've been through, and yet you are doing this to me, you know. And I used to get mad, angry, vexed. I want to even fight because I'm so angry. The person, they ain't got no sympathy. They know what I've been through. They know how I've been brought up, and yet still they're talking to me like this and blah blah blah. Until I learned it was not the person that is making me angry. It was myself because of what was in me, and I need to face myself and put myself right. So I learned not to blame no one for anything. No matter though they did do it. I am not going to blame the person.
It's not their fault. It's
me.
You have to deal with it yourself. Like,
exactly.
Obviously, certain things.
Everybody.
Certain things. I feel like if you've made, like, people know what's going on with you, or they know how you were brought up, or I don't know, whatever. Obviously, you would feel like they wouldn't or shouldn't do a certain thing. That's just how we are built as people. But it's to get to a place where it's like, you know, if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it. Or, you know, it's like, you have to help how you're dealing with the situation, kind of sort of thing. So it's changing your mindset towards
exactly.
You know?
It's about changing your mindset towards how you receive information.
And that's not easy. Do not get me wrong.
Oh my gosh, no. Because like I said, with me even just jokingly saying about your glasses, it has an energy, and you're going to feel that energy. But it's for you to say, okay, that's fine, that's how you feel, but I want to keep my energy like this. So I'm going to choose to respond like this. I'm not going to give you back what you're giving me. You're saying, oh, this, that. Well, you are too. And well, you do this. So do you do that as well? But why do you do this? But why do you do that? And I've had so many conversations. And I'm like, I say to the person, why are you telling me about me when I'm telling you about you? Why are you sitting there telling me that I'm doing this, but you're there doing that? But then at the same time, I should be looking at myself and saying, and you know what? Another thing I realized is that, you know, they always say the things that you don't like about other people is actually something that you don't like about yourself. Like if you see a girl, one of my things is I think I have a bit of a big forehead. Okay, so guys, don't let the hairline fool you, because it's a little bit further back than this, but yeah, it's a little bit. Thank you. But anyway, you see how I quickly responded. My little insecurity came out, like, you know, don't play with my hairline. And I remember I would see girls in pictures, and if their forehead is big, I'll be like, right, that girl's got a big forehead, you know? Why? She's brave to just show her forehead like that. Not me, nah. And I would really make a thing about it because it's my own insecurity, but I'm pointing out something to her. And another thing is, how many of you, when you walk in a room, do you feel self-conscious and you wonder what people are thinking about you?
It depends where I'm going.
Have you ever walked into a room?
Oh, yeah, I have.
All right, so that's probably a more general, not all the
like
time.
You're hearing what they're saying.
Can I say something to you?
No, I don't hear.
Every time people walk into a room, nobody's worrying about you, you know. They're more worried about what you're thinking about them, because they're doing the exact same thing that you're doing while you're walking in the room. You walk in the room and they're thinking, I wonder what they're thinking about me. And you're thinking, I wonder what they're thinking about me when you walk into a room, rather than just being confident to just be yourself. And it doesn't, because their thoughts about you doesn't change you. People's opinions of you doesn't change you. But guess what? your opinion of yourself changes you. Darnell, I'm going to put you in the hot seat. I like this. So we saying that you're handsome, yeah? And you saying, no, I'm not handsome. That doesn't change our opinion of you. It doesn't change your face. You saying you're not handsome doesn't make you any more handsome or any less handsome. You not thinking you're handsome can change what people see. Because your lack of self-confidence can really make people, it will come across. So it's about, hey Didi, it's about having confidence in yourself and knowing who you are and understanding that anything outside of you has no impact on you. The only things that impact you are the things that are inside you. So what is inside you that you need to deal with? What is inside you that you need to get a hold of? What is inside you that's stopping you from getting to the next level? What is inside you? And this is a tough one, that makes you keep attracting the same crap into your life over and over. What are you lot giggling? Go away. I'm taking you off my camera. You feeling it, girl? You feeling it? Yes. You have to deal with yourself. Stop it.
Sorry.
You have to deal with yourself, yeah? Because at the end of the day, if you keep attracting heartbreak, then what is it about you that makes you keep attracting that? If you keep attracting disappointment, what is it about you that keeps you attracting that? Guys, what's wrong? Okay. If you keep attracting, what's the word? Like you keep getting let down for jobs, you go for a job and you don't get it. What is it about you? What is it? And I bet some of you, talk back to me. If you feel like, hold on a minute, Aundrea, it can't always be me. Come on, guys, let's have a bit of a debate. Someone bring in. I like when the fire comes in a little bit, because
you know I'm gonna say something.
Yes, girl, yes.
Wait a minute, let me finish. Hold on. I ain't want to eat on camera, and I'm like, I'm gonna say something. And this may just be to the ladies, whatever the case may be, but it can be for the guys too. But I have a lot of women around me, family members, that say, oh, I keep attracting all of these people that do this or do this, this certain thing. Even myself, I was like, man, I was married for 20 years, right? Once I got divorced, I was still attracting the same kind of people. And I'm thinking to myself, what do all these people have in common? Me.
Yeah, you're the common denominator.
They have me in common. If I keep letting them, and they're all, because they don't know each other, which, that's about to change. Jesus help me. I told you about that.
It's going to be
went to the next level. I'm just saying, just Lord Jesus. Extra attracts extra. Anyway, what do they have in common? And I know it was me. And I was like, if I'm having guys doing the same thing, which was I was being too nice in my relationships. I would be the one to go all in. I'm just giving 200%. Yeah. And the more I go in, the less they give. The more I go in, the less they give. And I'm like, wait a minute, they don't know each other, but they're all doing the same thing to me. What is it that I'm doing to give off this vibe that it's okay for you to do that? Because at a certain point, once I get tired, I'm done. There is no, see, we can, no, there's not talking about it, because I gave 200% and you decide instead of giving 100 or 80% that you want to scale back and scale back and scale back. Next thing I know, I'm your mom instead of your girlfriend or your wife. Right. So guess what's not going to happen anymore. Right. So, but
it was all about you.
It was me.
That was what was going on with you. And this is what we don't do. We are very quick to say, well, he made me feel that way, and he said this to me, so why would I not feel that way? Or my mama said this to me, and why would I not feel that way? And this happened, and this happened, and why would I not feel that way? And really, if you check it, nothing outside of you can infect you, can affect you, unless you let it. The only things that can impact you are the things that you allow to impact you. But what I want to say, guys, is if there is something that keeps on showing up in your life, that is a signal of an area that in your life that needs to be addressed. Yes. If you keep getting into relationships where you keep getting rejected, if you keep going for emotionally unavailable women or emotionally unavailable men, there's something about you that craves that rejection, that craves that, you know, I've got to work to get it. I've got to do this. I've got to be the perfect this and da-da-da. And there is something in you that is attracting it. Now, I don't want to go too tongue in cheek with it, but even to the point of abuse, if you keep ending up in abusive relationships, I am sorry to tell you, and I am not being dismissive, I am not being callous. Yeah, like there's no shade. Like if you keep ending up in abusive relationships, or you're enduring abusive relationships for years and years and years and years, that says something about you more than it says about the person who's doing the abusing. Because the person who's doing abusing, they're owning their truth. They're a scumbag, and they know they're a scumbag. But you, what does it say about you? What does it say about your self-worth? What does it say about your values? What does it say about your moral compass in regards to yourself? A lot of us think that having integrity is only about being integral to others. What about being integral to yourself? That when you say you're going to take care of yourself, the Bible says, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. Now, why I don't understand. I'm scratching my head here. Why do people just negate the second part of it? Because the second part of it is actually the most important part of that.
Too hard. It's too hard.
It's too hard. Okay, it can be too hard because you've got to look at the reality of yourself.
That's right.
But love your neighbor as you love yourself. Now, there's two things. It says love your neighbor, so that's the one thing, as you love yourself. So the same way that you would love yourself. But it says love your neighbor as you love yourself. So it says while you are loving yourself, you love your neighbor. So while you are putting on your oxygen mask, you're loving your neighbor. While you are sorting your feet out, you're loving your neighbor. And that's what it's about. Sort out your own stuff. Love on you. Some of us guys, some of us women, we in here talking about, I want to be in a loving relationship. I just want to love somebody. I want to, I want somebody to love
don't
me.
go there.
Did I go there?
Don't go.
Sorry. Someone's feeling pricked. I can actually see it. I can see it. I want someone to love me. I want someone to respect me. I want someone who's gonna do this for me. But when it comes to going to the gym, do you honor yourself and get up and go to the gym?
What you bring?
When it comes to eating healthy, do you give yourself that love and love yourself enough to eat healthy every day? Do you give yourself that love to go and fix your mindset? Do you do that? Or do you just go with the flow?
Yep.
Okay, Angela, it's lovely to see you. God bless you. Yeah, like, do you do that, or do you just go with the flow? What is the common denominator? You are. What is it that keeps reoccurring in your life? What keeps showing up? So like I said, what is it? So we say we want these things, but if we're not attracting it, then we've got to figure out, why am I not attracting this thing? And look at, what am I attracting? So I want you guys to really this week, have a look at your life and look at the areas of your life and say, right, I want to be here. No, I want to be here, but I'm here. How do I get from here to here? Because every time I'm here and I try to get here, I get stopped here. Every time. This keeps happening. This keeps happening. This keeps happening. You have to figure out what it is in you that is causing the same thing to happen over and over. I'm going to talk about rejection real quick. Rejection is a kicker. That's an absolute kicker. Rejection is something that craves more of its own kind. Now, anything that you have in you negatively, for it to stay alive, it needs to be fed. It needs continuous feeding. It has to continue to be fed. So if you keep getting rejected, what does that tell you? It tells you that you have not come to a place of acceptance with yourself. That's harsh. That's harsh, and it's real. If you keep getting rejected, it's because you have not fully accepted who you are. And all of your isms and all of your schisms, because the reality is, none of us have it all together all the time. We got to go through the process. We got to go through the process. We got to do what we need to do. We got to, you know, fix our minds. We got to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. And if you don't renew your mind, the transformation is not going to take place. You're just going to keep getting more of the same thing. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Is this
Yes,
is
ma'am.
this good? Is this good, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Go on, Mum, sorry. Hold on. Junior, Mum's in the room. She's just saying something. Yeah? I'm just going to ask, if you're not talking, can you just, everybody mute? Dee, can you mute, please, honey?
Oh, sorry, I thought I was muted.
It's like this, what you're doing.
Yeah.
This
ISI.
iron sharpening iron.
Yeah.
This thing is, the world needs it.
Yeah.
Because it's not everybody realize it's themselves.
Yeah.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
Because I was in that place where I did not know all the things that I was attracting and causing on myself. I didn't realize it was me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Until, you know, not even before even you started this, you used to tell me that, you know, try to help me, say, Mom, you need to look into yourself and find out why you are attracted. Why are you getting angry? Why are you getting, you know, allowing
you get more angry with me, guys.
Why?
She didn't even get frustrated just repeating it. That's funny. I wish you could see her face. She's like, why?
So people need this for them to understand, you know, to learn about themselves. Because people don't know about themselves. They don't know.
Yeah.
They need somebody like you to do what you're doing. The whole world needs people like you.
Well,
to do it.
Yeah, and I agree. And I there are people like me. There are so many people out there like me. You know, you have a lot of motivational speakers and life coaches who do this kind of stuff. And this is why I started the ISI coaching practice, because I realized that I have an insight that changes lives. God has given me so many downloads that have allowed me to, you know, be able to speak to you guys and, you know, you guys who are here, who are on the journey, and be able to help you to have these realizations of knowing who you are, what it is, why do certain things happen? Because a lot of times we just go through life and we don't even realize that a lot of what we go through is as a result of our mindset, of ourselves, you know, of what we've been through, what we've experienced. Because the only thing, like I said, that can affect you is what's inside you. Okay, you might say, oh, but Aundrea, what if somebody stabs you, or what if somebody shoots you? Okay, that's fine. But how you respond to that is still gonna be down to you. Yeah, you might be a samurai or a ninja, and you might have learned how to take pain. Whereas you might be a hypochondriac and or somebody I've seen. Have you make me laugh. You see them people on Facebook when they got to get the injection, and the needle just comes out, and there was a guy, it was so funny, guys, I'm sorry. They took out the needle and they tapped the guy with the cotton, and he was like, ay, 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 ay. And he was like, oh, you haven't done it yet. And he was like, no. And it's like, I'm just gonna clean the spot. And he's like, ay, ay. And it's like, no, it's not coming yet. And he was like, I'm just gonna take the thing off the needle. And he just brought it to him. And I was like, oh! And he's like doing all of this. And I'm like, wow, the needle ain't even touched you yet, my G. And you're there going over into South Africa. What are you doing? Sit down there. Take the needle. What's wrong with you? Yeah. But it's that mindset of not being able to deal with things in the right way. You know, you've got a mindset of like, I just wanna I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to go here, I want to go there, but that person, they're stopping me. How many of you can right now or have in the past have ever said, oh, I can't do this because of, you said an outside entity. Yeah. I can't do this because they said this, or they treated me like this, and that's why I can't do that anymore. Because when I was growing up, people called me ugly, so I can't be a model. When I was growing up, people called me stupid, so I can't speak in public. Or when I was growing up, people said I had a big forehead, so I can't wear my hair back. Yeah. But the reality is the only thing is, it's your mindset. It's your mindset. What is your mindset towards these things and towards these situations? Change your mind. Junior, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, continuing what you're saying, basically, what I find that the problem is letting go of your past. You know, it could derive from your upbringing. It can derive from experiences that you've encountered in life. In a lot of cases, you know, we're taught from children to be a certain way, and there's a lot of us that seems to continue that same pattern because mommy said this and because daddy said that. You feel like your life has to revolve around it. But there comes a time when you've got to let go of that. And if you continue on that role of what mommy and daddy used to say, then basically you can't see yourself going forward with that because you haven't learned anything for yourself. You're going by what somebody else was taught. So, you know, I remember back in the day, or early out meeting you, you introduced me to a book. Yeah, and I think it's quite relevant to what you're speaking about right here and now. And that book was entitled "Excuses Begun." Yeah. In that book, I invite everybody to read that book because that's what made me start loving myself and going out more for what I wanted in life rather than what I was taught to go out for. Um, you know, we just all got to take up the reins at this precise moment and just let go of our past. And this will be our progress and our success at the end of it. Yeah, that's it. My contribution.
Good there, Junior. Good there, good there. No problem, Didi. Excuses Begun is an absolutely fantastic book by Dr. Wayne Dyer. I would encourage any of you guys to read it. Like, I think you can download it on Audible or you may be able to find it on YouTube. I think you might be able to get a free copy and listen to it on YouTube. I think somebody's put it up there, but it's called Excuses Begun. And there's another one that it takes it to a whole nother level. And I don't know if anybody's willing, but there's a book called The Inner Awakening by Byron Katie. Now that book changed my whole flipping life. Like, seriously, I thought that there was some scenario that somebody was responsible for. This woman came and messed up my whole life and made me take responsibility for absolutely every cussed thing that happens in my life. Like, I cannot blame anybody for anything. There is not a day when I can say it's your fault. I can't do that anymore. I'm not allowed to do that anymore because I've had a mindset shift. Which one of you would be willing to do the work with me? It's called The Work, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
You want to do the work? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to do the work with Darnell real quick. Yeah, Darnell, you come here next to me.
Oh, right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to do it live so people can actually see it. Do you mind?
No.
Okay, cool. So guys, watch what's going to happen here. So basically, we're going to do what is called The Work. I'm going to ask you 4 questions. The first question is going to be, is it true?
Okay.
All right. The second question is going to be, if that's true, how does it make you feel when you think that? All right. And then I'm going to ask you another 2 questions. Okay. All right. So give me a scenario of a situation where somebody has done something to you, or they always do something, or you give me a negative thing that somebody does that really gets on your nerves, or or a situation that you'd like to change, or a mindset about something that you'd like to change.
Oh, something that gets to me.
Yeah. Could be to do with work. People at work, they always do this, or people in my circle, or why do I always meet people who do this?
I've been doing the love journey. Not many things can get to
I
me.
know, not anymore. All right. So
Let's
let's do a hypothetical one then.
Okay.
Let's do one of how you used to think. You may have had a mindset change about it now, but let's do the work on it.
What he does
now, because it still gets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like okay, yeah. That.
Is that a good one? Okay then, right. So go on. So what are you going to talk about?
So start again. Then.
Your dad. Okay, so we're going to do one. So this is a real deal. Darnell's going to do a scenario that's regarding his dad. All right. So we're going to do the work, and I want you to watch what happens. Take care, Dee Dee. All right. So Darnell, make the statement and tell me what it is about your dad.
So just quick context. I look after my dad. I'm his main carer, and I help him out. Literally, I've devoted most of my time to helping him out, and sometimes he does things which, in hindsight, I realize is like out of his control. But in the moment, like it could just be anything, and it's like sometimes they're very disrespectful. The things that he does, and it really gets to me. And every time like a certain scenario happens, I just want to walk out the house and not return.
Oh yeah, do you remember we did that? We actually did the work on that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And I remember you was like, "Oh, I'm done."
Yeah.
All right.
Literally,
cool.
It just makes you feel like, all right, cool, fine, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Okay, so what's the statement that you would like to? So you say, "Well, my dad makes me feel," or
so like I'd say like my dad makes me feel unappreciated.
That's a perfect one. All right. Is that true?
No, I don't think so. No,
it's not true.
I don't think so.
You got there too quick. You had to give me a little fight.
I'm sorry,
but it's good. No, but it's good. It's good. So your dad makes you feel unappreciated. Is that true?
Okay, so yeah.
No. Answer me. No, it's not true.
No.
Why do you say that that's not true? Like, what do you have to back up that that's not true?
Because I just know that even though he might do things and have certain actions that one might perceive as being, from somebody that doesn't appreciate you, I know that he can't help it sometimes, or he's not doing it with that intention. It's normally his own frustrations that are causing him to do these things, and it's irrespective of how he feels about me.
Right. Okay. So your statement was, my dad makes me feel unappreciated. Yeah. When you think of that, how does that make you feel?
It infuriates me.
So it makes you angry, infuriates you. What else? Does it make you sad?
Kind of makes you feel a bit hopeless in the situation, trying to help him as well.
Okay, so sad, angry, hopeless. Anything else?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah? So you feel sad, angry, and hopeless when you think that your dad doesn't appreciate you. Okay, so knowing that, if you didn't have that thought that your dad doesn't appreciate you, how would you feel about your dad? How do you feel about him?
Without that thought.
It's
just love, and it's just respect, and I'd do anything for him. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just like, what's it? Unconditional
love. So without that thought, my dad doesn't appreciate me. You feel the love. You feel the respect. You feel the unconditional love for him. So if you were to turn that statement around, my dad doesn't appreciate me, what's the truth? Turn it around.
My dad definitely appreciates me.
Okay? Your dad does appreciate you. And you know that. What do you have to support that?
Just everything he's done for me in life, literally. And he even says it to this day. So yeah, it's just those small moments that make me feel like that. But I know day in, day out, that's not the case.
Right. So those small moments that make you feel like that.
And that's when they don't even, that's the thing.
That's right.
I'm allowing them.
You're telling yourself that because you've just said you know that your dad appreciates you. You know that your dad loves you. You know, I was in a situation with my mum very recently, and my mum is my best friend, and we have a fantastic relationship. But something can happen, and something happened that made me feel unappreciated. It made me feel unloved, and I was like, well, you know. But in my head, I'm trying to do the work, and I'm telling myself, I know she loves me. I know she appreciates me. I know she cares for me. So my excuse was, it's just this one scenario. So I had to put it in a little box by itself, and I had to deal with it, that one thing, because I was like, okay, I've done the work on myself so many times, so I know how to do the work, but yet still I was allowing myself to feel away in a certain situation. And guys, there's so many situations that you could be going through right now. Does any of you guys feel brave enough and want to share a situation with me that we could do the work on real quick? Anybody brave enough to pipe up? Anybody? Naz? I joke. Tutu? Who else we got in here? Michelle, hi. God's iPhone. Hi, iPhone. Sid. Who's Sid? Oh. Danielle. None of you guys. You guys are very quiet tonight. So, all right, cool. Junior, what about you? Are you up for it? Oh, who was that? Oh, Keith. Brother Keith.
You know what? I'm listening. I've kind of heard this situation. Hello, everyone. I've heard this kind of situation, what you're talking about already, but I somehow don't know how to wrap my head around that in terms of like when people have infuriated me or has done a situation, I don't see how it's my fault if I've done the best to my ability to do whatever it is, and they've just taken advantage of me, or they've taken my kindness for weakness. And how is that I find it a struggle.
Okay, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Firstly, it's not your fault. Okay, so that's not what we're saying. Okay, what we're saying is, okay, let's do the work. I will do it with you. Let's do it. And Keith, if you guys know my friend Keith, yeah, me and Keith can debate till the cows come home. So this might get a bit fiery, guys. This is gonna be good. Keith, I'm up for it. I am so up for this. All right, come on, give me your scenario. Give me your statement.
Okay. All right. It's a bit personal.
Oh wait, it's being recorded, Keith. So if you don't want it to go out there, maybe. Okay. All right. Cool.
So basically, are you talking about a scenario where I was upset?
No, give me a scenario that I'm going to do the work with you on. So give me a statement about, so this person, you could talk about someone you really know, they always do this, or this, when they did this made me feel like this happened.
No, same thing with Darnell. It would be my dad.
Right, okay.
But can't defend himself because he's passed away, God bless him. But it would be how my dad dealt with me.
Right, okay. So what would you say? Your dad did what? Tell me what he did.
You know what? Okay, what he did is he didn't, to my acknowledgement, he just wasn't there.
Okay, your dad. Okay, that's all right. That's what I need. So your statement is, my dad wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's your statement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So you've heard that. This is quite a deep one. All right.
And yeah, but I'll make it as light as possible.
No, it's okay. It's fine. I don't want it to be like. I actually want people to see how the work actually works. All right. Okay. All right. So your statement was, my dad wasn't there.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. So in other words, what are you saying? Your dad wasn't there for you when you were growing up, or he wasn't?
No, he wasn't. He left the house. My understanding, he left when I was 2.
Okay, when you were 2. Okay.
2 years.
Okay, so your statement to me was, my dad wasn't there. So he was an absent father. Yeah.
He was an absent father only on the. He was he was a seasonal father.
Okay. So my question to you, your statement was, my dad wasn't there. My first question to you is that true?
As I'm a father now, I would say he wasn't. That's true. He wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
There's no comparison.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. In comparison to the kind of father that you are. All right. Yeah. But I want you to hear what you're saying. Yeah. You said, this is a statement. I'm saying the exact words that you said. My dad wasn't there. That's what you said. Yeah. So if somebody's not there, they're just not there. You don't see them. You don't speak to them. You don't have no relationship with them. So your statement was, my dad wasn't there. So my question to you again is that true that your dad wasn't there?
Now I'm going to say to you, that's not true.
Okay, so we've already had the turnaround.
He was a seasonal father in terms of Christmas, the holiday.
Yeah.
You know, like 6 weeks holidays and 4 weeks holidays, well, whatever the holidays, you know, those holidays.
Okay.
That's the only time I kind of saw my father. Or we was allowed to go to my dad's house. Because my mum would say, okay, 6 weeks holiday, you can go to your dad's.
Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get it. So your first statement was, my dad wasn't there. Yes. Is that true? First of all, you said yes. In comparison to me, that's absolutely... To me now, being a father, yes. But now, I've asked you again, is that true that your dad wasn't there? You're like, well, no, he was a seasonal father. He was, you know, he was there, Christmas, birthday, 6 weeks holidays or whatever. So he actually was there. So that thought of my dad wasn't there, when you think of that, how did it make you feel about your dad?
It made me feel angry because I know what it is to be there for a child. Mm-hmm. So whatever excuse you had, or it's, for me, it's pointless. You can't, because like you didn't live in, I don't know, you didn't live in Mozambique. You live around the corner.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, you didn't come to my house or didn't want to, and I know some of the reasons, to be honest. You were just doing road, didn't it? You're doing what you wanted to do.
Doing up road. Mm-hmm.
But that's what he was doing. But when it came to checking on your kids, and when it came to, like, you know, are they okay? No, you weren't there. You was around in terms of you came to holidays and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But in terms of, my dad's never blown my nose. He's never, and this is why I say he wasn't there. He didn't. But
yeah, I get it. But look at the statement that you made. That's a statement that you would make. You'd be like, yeah, nah, you know, when I grew up, my dad wasn't there. You would say that. I promise you, after today, you're not going to say that anymore. Okay? Mm-hmm. So you said your dad wasn't there. And I said, is that true? First of all, you said yes. Then I said to you, how do you feel? Then you said no. So we now know that that's not true. Your dad was there. He was a seasonal father. So, so we've already established that you saying your dad wasn't there is not true, because he was there. He just was seasonal. Okay. Yeah. So if you take those feelings away and you didn't have the thought that your dad wasn't there, how do you feel about your dad?
Well,
if you take those negative thoughts away about him not being there, what's the feelings that you have towards him or had towards him? Did you love him?
Yeah. Yes, I would. I've learned to love my father.
Okay. So you loved him?
I had to learn to, because obviously I was angry.
Right.
It wasn't in my eyes as a child. Yeah. You went. If I've asked you to follow me football, it's an issue. If I asked you to, you know, if I say, Mum, can I have a pair of trainers? Go and ask your dad, it's not there. You know how these things go. So for me,
I do. So it made you feel hurt. It made you feel angry. Yeah,
that's correct.
But if you were to take that away, so you've said my dad wasn't there. So we've come over that. Yes, he was there. So we know that he was there. So if you were to turn that statement around and look at it again, what would the turnaround? So turn that statement around on its head for a positive. Okay. What's the turnaround for that statement? Tell me.
It would be, my dad was there as a seasonal father, but he wasn't there.
Keep it positive. Keep it positive. My dad was there. My dad was there.
My dad was there, but not an. No, Aundrea. I have to say no.
No, but wait, hold on. Your dad was there. He wasn't there. No, hold on. In regards to this one situation, we're gonna have to deal with that next bit because that would be another work. Yeah, that would be another. So what happens is you deal with it in small chunks. So my dad was there. Okay, we've dealt with that now. So hold on, wait. When I say when your dad, no, because you now said, okay, my dad was there, but he wasn't there. He didn't come to your football games. He was seasonal. He didn't wipe my nose. So the real thing, what you might be saying is now, my dad wasn't there the way I needed him to be, or my dad didn't do the things that I needed him to do. And I could even challenge that, because you're going to say, my dad didn't do the things I needed him to do. He didn't come to my games. He didn't do these things. You didn't need your dad to do that. You say you needed him to do that, but guess what? You didn't need him to do that. Why? Because you had your mum to do that. She did it. Or you had whoever came to your games, they did it. But you told yourself that I need my dad to do that. You told yourself that. But that's not what you need. God says, I will supply all of your needs.
This is where I'm saying, I'm not being funny, but if you're grown to have children, I'm not funny, but you can't, that's your responsibility to look up. So for me, my dad, for whatever excuse he's got, he has to answer to God as to why he didn't come. It's not about the games, it's about his responsibility was to look after these children that I gave you, or I borrowed you, look after them. Yeah. Now, you're going to tell me because you were doing road or you didn't have time. That's, for me, it's unacceptable. I know that now as a father myself.
Right.
So even though, so even though I don't feel that I don't feel that me saying to myself, I needed him there as my father, because I think every child needs their father. There are certain circumstances that it doesn't happen, but don't say that you're not in arm's reach or in the proximity that you can't, for whatever excuse you've got. Forget the excuses, bruv. Deal with your kids. Deal with your kids.
But you're saying you needed your father. Now, I just want to touch on that real quickly. Your father, you've just said that your dad was the kind of person who was doing up road. He was doing what he was doing. He was being this kind of person. He was here, rare. Do you think that having that kind of person in your life at a tender age, growing you up, seeing it, living with it day after day, the kind of person that he was, do you think that was going to be something that you needed in your life?
I don't know. I'm a child. And the reason
I'm saying as an adult, do you think that that's the kind of person you needed in your life? Like I have a similar situation with one of my children, and her dad is now in her life, and he now has but I'm telling you, the person that he was, he had no business to be in my child's life. And she kept saying, why doesn't my dad want to be in my life? Why doesn't my dad love me? Why does he want to? And I had to do the work with her and kind of sit her down and say, listen, you felt like you needed him in your life, but you know who your dad is. You know the kind of person that he was, or how he, and I'll say was because he has changed, how he was and how he acted. But at that time, that's not what but I needed my dad. No, you didn't.
I beg to differ. And the reason is this. Because one word, one second. Tay-Tay, you're going to have to put this jumper on outside. God, have mercy.
It's all right. We're doing real life here.
Yeah. This is real life stuff, man. I think one word, God, you got to get out now. One word from my, okay, well, lovely. Well gone, TT. One word from my could have changed the trajectory of my whole life. You just never know.
Yeah, but hold on. One word from my dad could have changed the trajectory of my life.
Because it didn't happen. It could have.
Yeah, but some of them did happen. The silence that he wasn't there. Hold on. The silence that he wasn't there the absence that he wasn't there could have actually made you angry and made you do things that led you to where you are right now.
And to become the father that is now there for his children.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can appreciate
Precisely.
Yeah.
Okay. No, come on. He is sharing. He is. Yes. No.
What a good daddy. What a good daddy.
See the love you're giving your child now is precisely from what you got. Because if you got the other bit, you could have been doing something else to your child.
Exactly.
No, but what I'm
all right, just to kind of, just because I told you guys, me and Keith could go at this all day long, yeah? But just those of you who saw what happened, and in regards to, my basic point was to get Keith to do the turnaround in regards to saying my dad wasn't there. And we did that. That's what I was trying to show you, is that you need to look at things from a different perspective. And I'll tell you this, Keith, until you get to that place where you can do the turnaround and you understand that nothing outside of you can affect you. Only the things that are on the inside of you, which is what? Anger, bitterness, resentment, hurt. These things are the things that are affecting and infecting your life because you haven't shifted from the mindset of, my dad wasn't there for me. He needed to be a father. Actually, he didn't need to be there for you, because look at who you are today. He didn't need to be a father to you, because look at the father that you are today. Because maybe if he was there, you wouldn't be this man of God that's standing here, that's been through some things, that's seen some stuff. I'm telling you, he didn't need to be there. And this is why God allows in his permissive will or submissive will these things. Because he knew that all things are going to work together for your good. My mum, who was abused as a child, this boy would not be sitting next to me if my mum never got raped by her own father when she was a child. This guy, this young man here, he's a blessing to my life. He's a blessing. He's a blessing. He comes from a seed that was not right, but but God made it right. God turned it around, and we've done tracks together. We're going to be performing at a festival together. He's on the ISI journey, and there's things that, so you say that you need these things, but you didn't need it because you're still here right now. And this is the results of it. You're saying, oh, but if my dad was in my life, it could have changed the trajectory. Yeah, it could have made it worse. Why do you glamorize it and make me think that it could have made it better? It could have made it worse.
It taught you how to be a dad today. It taught you how to be a man today.
It was a positive that your dad wasn't in your life.
Yeah.
It was a positive.
And there's like something you said here where you said there could have been that one word that he said to me that could have changed the trajectory. So what I get from that is like you're focused on what could have happened to like potentially put you somewhere where I assume that you might be trying to get to now. But at the end of the day, you are now in a position where you still have the power to get there, irrespective of whatever happened in the past. So it's like with that, holding on to that thought is not adding anything to what you can do to get to where you need to be in the future. If anything, it adds a sense of hindrance. So
a big sense of hindrance.
The
big blockage.
Because it's like whenever you might be faced with something that could get you to where you need to go, you might think, oh, but if that didn't happen, I probably would have been there ready, or that.
And you're not taking accountability for your own actions. Like, you need to take accountability for your own actions. You are an exceptional father to your children.
Yes.
You did that. You did that without the outside influence. You did that. And you need to take that on board and say, you know what, I did this. This is where I got to without having all of those outside influences that I thought I needed, but I got here anyway. I'm a married man. I've been married for plenty years.
21.
Yeah?
No.
11. Was it?
11 years.
11 years. 11 years you've been married, yeah? and you're still there with your wife. You guys are still
You know that
raising your
you've been
children.
married 11 years. She doesn't have to remind you were married 11 years. You know the anniversary. Sorry, just had to add that. Okay, bye.
You're something else there, right? So you know that, but you did that. So you're saying, oh, I needed my dad. You didn't need him because you got here. If you needed him, he would have been in your life. If whatever you need, God will give you. And whatever you don't need, it won't be there. I can say, oh, I needed to have, you know, I needed to not be bullied when I was at school. Guess what? I needed to be bullied when I was at school. Because you know what? It taught me how to do hair. It taught me how to do makeup, which later on became a part of my career, doing music. And I had to know how to do hair and do makeup and be on tour. It set me up. And this is why now I can sit here with my hands like this, honestly, and tell you guys, I would not change one blade of grass of my life. If somebody said you could do your life over, is there anything you would change? I would not change one blade of grass, because everything that I went through, everything that I faced, every single thing, every abuse, everything has made me be the person. I tell you this honestly, if I could turn the hands of time back right now and be there on the day that my dad was going to get in that car, I would not stop him. I wouldn't. And I say that from my heart. And you know why I wouldn't stop him? Because if my dad was still here, I would not be sitting here with you guys today. I can tell you that before. That's the truth. Would I want my dad back? Yes. Do I miss him? Yes. Did I cry yesterday when I didn't have him wake up and tell me, happy birthday, Tracy? No, I wasn't bawling. I didn't just cry, I bawled.
You know, I'll just leave it with this. I'm going to mute in a second. Give me just 10 seconds. I think somebody said, let go of the past. And I think where I am, because of the situation, I do need to let go. That's the truth. I do need to let go. But you know what's happened? It's almost like we didn't get the chance. Like we spoke and I forgave him and all of that stuff through prayer, and I physically said, look, Dad, I forgive you. And that's only through the word of God I've learned to forgive my own father for the stuff he didn't do and for not being there, for not being there. However, it's when it was a constant, I just think because he passed and we didn't, it's almost like there was no closure. So when he passed, it's just, that was it. That almost like,
and I hear that, but can I just say something to you?
But I will learn to.
He doesn't need to be here for you to get closure. And I'll tell you why he doesn't need to be here for you to get closure. I'll tell you why. Because it's not closure that you want. You want explanations. There's a difference between getting explanations and getting closure.
That's what it is,
For you to get closure, he doesn't need to be here. For you to get context and explanations of why and how and so it's not actually the closure that is the problem. It's you still want explanations of why. But let me ask you this. Knowing why is not going to change what? Knowing why is not going to make any difference to the man of God that you are today. So it really doesn't matter. What matters is, what are you holding here? What are you holding on to that's stopping you from being that man of God, that husband, that father, that person? What are you holding on to that you're not willing to let go? Because I'm not going to let go of this, because I deserve justice. Justice is not yours. Vengeance is not yours. It belongs to God. Your dad's going to have to answer to God, because your dad had an assignment to raise you. That was his assignment. But you know what? Maybe his assignment was just to be the seed bearer and bring you into the world and duck out, because God knew if he stayed in your life, you wouldn't be that person that you are. Like, for real. Huh?
No, that's cool. And that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah?
No, that's fine, man.
Thank you for being so open.
But, I'm going to respect the team and, just let you continue.
All right. Thank you, Keith.
Always, always, always.
I always love a debate with Keith. It made that nice and juicy. That was a juicy piece of session right there. Thank you, Keith. I really enjoyed that actually. But you know what? I really appreciate your open and honesty. And even if Keith hasn't changed his mindset, even if Keith's like, no, I still need to work through this. I know I need to let go of some stuff. I know, but it may have helped somebody else in this room. There may be somebody else that's like, actually, I can see the other side of it where, yeah, I've been doing the same thing and I'm still in that same place. And you know, the thing is, we get comfortable in our pain. We hold on to pain like it's something good. Like when we try to say, just let it go. Why are we holding on to it? Does it serve you? Does it move you forward in life? Does it encourage, does it enrich your relationships? No. And if it doesn't serve you, you need to let it go. Because where God wants to take you, we can't take the baggage. It's like, imagine having a rucksack with big rocks in it. And on each rock, was it you that told me this scenario? Oh, someone told me, Serena said, like and then in the rock you got hurt. So you got that big boulder. I'll just put it in my backpack. And then you got bitterness. Oh, I'll just put that in my backpack. And then you got disappointment. Put it in my backpack. Then you got hurt. Put that in my backpack. Rejection. Put that in my backpack. The next thing you know, you're walking around with all of this baggage on your back, and then you're telling God, I want to soar with you, Jesus. I want to go for you. I want to run, and I want to, and you got this big tufty backpack on your back with all of these things in it. And until you're willing to take it off and say, you know what? Wait, let me unpack this. I can't get rid of it all at once because I'm used to it. I'm used to feeling the weight on my back. I'm used to carrying it. I'm used to it. But that weight, all it did was make you stronger. Because anything that's a weight, it works the muscles, right? It made you stronger. But it served its purpose. Now you need to let it go. So what do? You take out the bitterness and you say, you know what? You don't serve me anymore. All you're doing is slowing me down. Put it down. You take out the anger. Yeah, you're not serving me. You put it down. The backpack gets a bit lighter. Can move a bit quicker. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm good. All right, cool. This feels good. Then you take out the rejection. Boom. You take out the hatred. Boom. You take out the disappointment. Boom. And the next thing you know, you are sprinting towards your destiny because you ain't got nothing holding you back anymore. You have dealt with yourself. What was today's topic, guys? You've helped yourself. And helping ourselves means get the crap out, unpack your own bag before you try and unpack anybody else's. You're there seeing that person walking in rejection and you're like, why are you doing that? Don't worry about it, babe. Don't, but you're still there dealing with the same thing yourself. Disappointment. Oh no, I went through that. You can get over it, but you're still dealing with the same thing yourself. Help yourself before you try to help others. Unpack your own bag before you try and run. Help yourself, guys. I hope this has blessed you guys. Does anybody want to say anything before we wrap this up? Does anybody want to add? You guys want to add anything? Has it been good today? It's been very good. Yeah, been good. Has this helped any of you? Any of you guys feeling blessed of it? Junior, you're over there very quiet.
Yeah, Junior's here just listening, but yeah, I can contribute. I was just giving somebody else an opportunity too, because I was listening to Keith and everybody else, and yeah, I was in the very same position where I felt like I was contributing to everything and everybody, and I felt like I was sort of on the back foot. And looking at that, and looking at where I'm at now, the way in which I dealt with it is, yeah, I've let go of my past. Yes, I've had some sour times, but I've let go of it in a certain way where it's not holding me back. I'm who I am today because I'm free in mind and spirit. I've decluttered. I'm not around where I was feeling unhappy. I'm in my own, you've got to put yourself in the place to deal with, your past as such. And once you've accepted your past and moved on, you're loving yourself. Once you're moving on, you're loving yourself. And that's the stage I'm at. I'm loving myself and I'm moving on. And I would encourage anybody and everybody, you know, let your excuses be gone by not living in your past and trying to see the future for yourself. Don't see it through anybody else's eyes, see it through your own eyes. Yeah, and you're gone clear. That's my contribution. Man. So
Thank you, Junior. That's a very nice note to wrap this up on. Guys, Choo Choo.
I had to change my mind. Yeah, see that, didn't you? No, so what I was going to say is, yeah, I've let go of my past and I've let go of hurt and bitterness. I used to dip in and out of it. I'd be hurt, I'd be bitter, I'd be very hurt. And I really let go of bitterness, but I didn't let go of the hurt. Every time I saw the people, I'd be hurt. But then I got onto this journey with Aundrea. I can't remember what week it was, whatever week it was, but then I can really tell you that I finally let that peace come over me. You know, I used to always pray for peace, and I feel like that peace was there, and you know, I just throw things over my shoulder, but then something will come up, and I'll just feel the pain again. But hey, I did that journey. I did that day, that week. I did whatever I did that Aundrea did. And thank you, Jesus, because it was all about Jesus that just used Aundrea. And I tell you, I just picked up that phone and made those calls, and you know, whether they wanted to accept or not accept, I didn't do anything, by the way. But if I did, fine. But no, they didn't want to take it. But I'm at peace, mate. I've got other challenges that I have to deal with, and I don't need all that past business. And I'm not letting it get to me, not even an ounce, not at all. So I've forgotten what the point of my contribution was, but you kind of get what I was saying.
That you've helped yourself.
That you've helped yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And that is what we do on the journey. We deal with things like this. We get to the core and we deal with them and we address them and we deal with you. This is what the journey is about. The journey is about dealing with yourself and your stuff. I'm not there to worry about that person, what that person did. You can tell me because that'll give me context, but my main focus is going to be to help you. And Danielle, Tian, Mom, Becky, has the journey like helped you guys?
Very much.
Like, do you see a difference?
It's an understatement with me.
It's an understatement with you, Mom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Becky, what about you?
Yeah, it's changed a lot because obviously with my relationship with my family, definitely helped with that.
It literally changed in like a week, didn't it? It went from being how it was for like years, and then within 1 week of us doing a session and me helping you to change the mindset or the energy that you went with,
and to think of myself first.
Right, because that's what it was. You was thinking that they weren't thinking about you, but in actual fact, it was you wasn't thinking about you first. You wasn't putting what you needed first, and then that was causing like a reaction. But when we changed that mindset, the dynamics changed in literally immediately. And I'm just showing you the power of a mindset shift, guys. And she's not there making it up. She's not telling you this because I paid her, because I didn't. She pays me. So, it's definitely not that way around. So, guys, this journey, if you haven't started your love journey, if you're thinking about it, I would really encourage you. Yeah. It's not an easy journey because it really is. It's like getting a big, like my ring light and just shining it on yourself all the time, all day. Every time you try to look elsewhere, it's like, no, it's you. Every time you look this way, no, it's you. Every time you do that, no, it's you. And then you start looking at yourself and you're like, gosh, I'm really a mess. And that's hard to see. But I tell you what, when you realize the stuff that you need to sort out in your life, because you are the only common denominator in anything that you're doing. You are the only one that can stop your own success. You are the only one that can make you successful or make you not successful. You have everything on the inside of you already that you need to be who you are, because you already are it. You just need to create the environment for the thing to manifest. That's all it takes. And if you can't get the right mindset, you will not have the right environment for that thing to manifest. So create the right environment for that to manifest. I love you guys. I'm going to pray with you all real quickly. I always say I love you guys. I love you guys. Yeah, we're going to be here next week. All right. So, yeah, let me just, yeah, it's going to be awesome. Have you guys enjoyed today?